Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and then say your name,
Robin Roberts,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
uphold all federal laws,
uphold all federal laws,
state laws,
state laws,
and the ordinances
and ordinances
of the City of Lathrup Village.
of the City of Lathrup Village.
And I will discharge my duties
I will discharge my duties
of Historic District Commission
of Historic District Commissioner, okay,
for the City of Lathrup Village, Michigan,
for the City of Lathrup Village, Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Wonderful. Congratulations. I will send you your oath for you to sign.
Okay,
Your term expires December 31st, 2023.
okay.
Okay, thank you. I can wait on. It's still saying she's connecting. Let's see, this meeting is being recorded.
I sent
Wait
her
a few
message,
minutes.
and
Okay,
I told her to try signing out and then back in.
yeah. I'll just stick around for a little bit and see if she comes in. And you can always send me a message too if she does. I can
Okay.
pop back.
Well, and I think we can probably call the meeting to. Can we
Okay.
call the meeting to order now since we have a quorum, and then?
Yes, yep, and I'll be more than happy to swear her in at any point you need. I'll swear her in as well.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, then I suggest we do that. Call the meeting to order, and then we'll keep waiting on Diane to see if she can come in. But before Annette, before you call everyone to call the meeting to order, I just want to let you know, since we're doing the remote format, you will need to state your name, the city, county, and state from which you are attending the meeting from.
Okay, before we call it to order?
No, you can call it to order, but like, because we have to do,
Okay.
roll call, right?
Okay, so I'll call the meeting to order at 1:36. And let's do a roll call. Robin Roberts,
Okay, so Robin Roberts, Oakland County, Lathrop Village, Michigan.
okay, Bridget Taylor,
Bridget Taylor, Lathrop Village, Oakland County, Michigan.
and John Donovan.
John Donovan, Oakland County, Lathrop Village, Michigan.
Dane Johnson,
Dane Johnson, Oakland County, Lathrop Village, Michigan.
and I'm Annette Kingsbury, Lathrop Village, Oakland County, Michigan. Okay, next up is approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda or amend it?
I never saw the agenda.
Oh, it was attached to one of Susie's emails.
I thought it was, but I couldn't find it.
Okay, all it has on it is approval of minutes, public comments, new business, which is development and project updates, and future meeting date, old business and tabled items, which she says there's none, other matters for discussion and adjournment.
Okay.
It's real basic.
Yeah. Is there a motion?
I'll motion that we accept it.
A second?
Second,
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion approved. Now then, approval of minutes. That was also attached to one of Susie's emails from a year
Put the
ago.
packet in the chat, so if you need to.
Not that anyone can remember what happened a year ago. Is there a motion or are there any questions about that?
I'll move to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? If none, all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay. Public comment. We don't seem to have any public here, so not surprisingly. So I'll pass on that one. New business, development and project updates. Susie, take it
All
away.
right. Well, I figured, I knew you guys were gonna ask me like, what's going on? So I figured I'd just put it on the agenda as a
Absolutely.
thing. So we are still, things are happening. I mean, we still have projects coming through. They don't necessarily, there's nothing significant happening with the school, unfortunately. We had a, there was a multifamily project that was trying to get in there, multifamily with retail. And Cernow was not willing to sell. I'm so very unhappy with them still. I don't know what their deal is. They have asked me about a variety of different potential uses for that site. Not cannabis though, because I think Sam knows that I would probably kill him if he was to suggest it in that location. I did walk through on Friday when it was pouring buckets out. And their latest and greatest concept is to potentially cordon off spaces to allow for incremental development, right? So that was the north wing, they would block that off for future development and then just do something on, say, like the main floor in some of the classrooms. You know, they blow a lot of smoke, so I'm not entirely convinced. So that's where they're at. The inside of the buildings. I mean, Annette, you've had the pleasure of walking through now. Finally, and Dane, I think you too. But it's starting to look a little extra rough. There's a couple leaks in there. The paint's really starting to peel. So I'm hoping we can get them to move on something.
Was it dry when you were walking through that day in the rain?
For the most part, there are a couple of different leaks. There's a leak in that north addition. Yeah, literally there's algae or some crap growing. Like I don't know why they haven't fixed it. So, but that's also, as we know, that's the side they want to demolish. Like that's the one that, oh, if we could demolish that side, everything would be hunky dory. So
Well, why don't they then?
well, because they have to come to you first. And quite frankly, I told them, you know, if you're going to do any project, because I know how these guys are, like, oh, well, what kind of, like, I was at the building official and the fire marshal, right? So like, so what do we need to do to renovate the property? I'm like, well, before you get to either of them, you have to come see me. So, you know, but to demolish anything, they would have to have a public hearing with you all.
Right.
Right.
So, so I just don't think they're willing to go that far at this point.
So what about the private school proposal? Did they just walk away?
It's still out there. I'm still occasionally talking to the gentleman that's interested in doing it. I am not I'm not inspired with a lot of confidence right now. In the commitment from Cernow on one particular project. I like the idea of the private school. I think it would be nice. I think the gentleman that's trying to spearhead it, of everyone I've met, I think that he would be able to pull it off. The last time I talked to him, he told me that he and one of the representatives from Cernow Company had agreed they're on the same page. They shouldn't begin fundraising until they've got like all their ducks in a row.
Mhm.
And that to me just says you're getting played. Like do all this work, and then start to fundraise. I mean, they need millions to make that happen. Like you need to fundraise now. So, you know, and I personally, I really thought the adaptive reuse of that building for housing and mixed use, like a mixed use development, I thought that was going to be really fantastic. I mean, the developer was, or is, their national group that specializes in rehab of historic spaces.
Mhm.
That was a no-brainer. I mean, that would have gotten all kinds of incentives if there
So
were.
they wanted to buy the building and Cerno wouldn't sell.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Said, let's revisit it again in next quarter. And she was like, you can revisit it if you'd like, but I'm out. So, I mean, they'd come back if Cerno came back to them. She said they would come back and, you know, because they still really like the property. They've looked at it once before, but
That's terrible.
it's extremely frustrating.
Huh.
So
And I hate the idea of sectioning it off and trying to develop it piecemeal. That just doesn't sound good at all. Need a vision for the whole thing.
right. I mean, and they probably ask me at least every few months, well, could we do XYZ here? I'm like, bring me a real project.
Yeah.
But you guys, there's quite a bit of latitude within that district, or within this district, since we're here too. So I don't know what's up with them, but so that's kind of holding pattern for now. I think we're gonna start really dinging them for code enforcement stuff, though.
Do it.
Oh, good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Is Sarno looking just to make money off it? In other words, is that why they're trying to do the piecemeal thing so that they can get somebody into one section that'll pay rent so that they can get it started on the next section? Or what the hell do they want to do with it? Do they know?
I don't know if they do. I asked them about a different site. I was like, well, what's your ideal tenant? Because he's like, we want to. I'm like, what's your ideal tenant? Help me out so I can help you. Oh, we want someone that's going to elevate the city. Well, duh.
We all want that.
Duh, right? Like, I mean, who says I want to have some like garbage business that's going to bring us down into the gutter? Nobody. So, okay, I'm glad we're on the same page, man. But I don't know. I kind of waffle. Sometimes I think maybe they want to do it. They just want to do it all on their own. And that they're allowing people to kind of do all this other research.
So they can take the research and do it.
Yep. So they can either get the research and do it, or get the research and say, oh, well, no, we're good. We're not going to do that.
They have said in the past that they weren't going to do any work on the building until they had someone to develop it, which sort of is backwards to me. I mean, if the building were in better shape, they might be able to find somebody to do something with it.
And I mean, at the very least, like maintenance stuff, right?
Right.
Fix your damn roof. Let's go with that. Let's fix your roof. But I don't know. I mean, they asked me about brownfield tax credits for that site, and you know what? For that mixed use, I would. Yep, sure, you need that. But then they had also said, well, we don't really need brownfield tax credits, but for their idea of piecing it out, I don't think the DDA would be interested in.
Well, for there to be
supporting that.
a brownfield, there'd have to be contamination, wouldn't there?
It could be remediation of like the lead and asbestos that's in there.
Oh,
So it doesn't
okay.
necessarily have to be ground contamination. It could just be conditions, right?
It's not tax exempt, is it?
No.
The school? Okay.
Aren't they losing money on it?
Of course they are. But Surnow has several millions, I'm sure, that he can
Maybe he's
play
taking
with a little bit.
a tax break.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, I was hoping the sons would be a little more amenable than the father had been. So, no such luck.
I don't know. I have several more thoughts, but they should remain contained in my brain and not in a recorded meeting.
You know, I remember on that earlier walkthrough, Susie, that the guy from Surnow said, we're not in the business of selling property, we're in the development business. But it sounds like he had the ideal partner there, and he could have just, you know, made the deal and walked away instead of continuing to lose all this money and let it deteriorate. I'm worried if especially that north end, if it's wet, that he's just gonna let it fall down and then
Let it
say,
rot on its own.
Right.
yeah, demolition by neglect, you know?
I was gonna say, do we have an ordinance to prohibit demolition by neglect?
They would have to, I mean, they would still have to come to you. I mean, if it's.
No.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like, I mean, it's part of the, they would, any sort of demolition work would have to come to you, whether it's demolition due to neglect or demolition due to some sort of project. I need to follow up with the building official when he gets back from vacation to see how detailed his report's gonna be about that property. And I want him to make sure that he includes those leaks that we found so that we can say, you need to fix this. Right? Like that's just a maintenance issue.
Would that report be something you could share with us once
see why
the
not.
building?
I don't see why not. I don't see why not.
Okay, that'd be good. Try to head off, you know, potential problem maybe. Okay. So anything more on the school? Anybody?
If I had $1 million, I would buy it.
I think it might take more than 1 million.
It's gonna take more than $1 million. They had it listed for like 0.1 a couple of years ago.
Ooh,
That's right now market value is probably at like 750.
Wow.
might do it.
Hmm.
I gotta go buy a
Yeah, if
ticket.
I win one of those big lottery jackpots, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 35 million
yeah,
and be the only one that gets it.
yes.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
So so that's all there is on the school, development wise in the city. I mean, we're just moving forward. We've got a new restaurant coming in, a couple new restaurants,
Oh,
like carry out things. I mean, so it's not like still working on some more sit down stuff.
so in that spot that keeps turning over, that spot?
No,
No?
there's the one down at Happy's. That's gonna be Ruby Lee's chicken and
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
like his menu sounds delicious. And then there's gonna be up by kebab. There's gonna be a oh, she's in.
Hello.
Diane, are you here? Hi.
Yes, I am here.
Awesome.
Good. Hi, Diane.
Hi, Diane.
How are you? I've missed you all. I really have. I was I can only say I have children for the summer, so
Ah,
okay. So you've made it all the way down to the development and project.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll have Yvette when I know she stepped away for a second. It says she's here.
Okay.
There she is.
Pop in, pop out. Hello.
Hello.
All right, Diane.
As soon as I figure out this up a little bit.
Do you Yvette, does Diane need to have her camera on?
Yes.
Can you turn your camera on for us?
If he-
I am going to turn the camera on as soon as I become children. I'm actually looking like there. I clicked it. I am.
Yay.
You are.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes, I
All
am.
right.
I apologize for being late. Um, I do have children and for the summer and driving them around is a pain, but don't tell them. Okay, so new businesses, the development, what type of development are they talking about? I heard something about a new food restaurant or something like that.
Yes, but I'll catch you up in just a second. You need to do your swearing in with the vet real quick.
Here,
All
Yeah.
right, she's ready. All
She's
right.
ready.
All right, if you can repeat after me. I,
I,
and
Diane
state your
Wayne,
name. Okay. Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly
Solemnly
swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
uphold all federal laws,
uphold all federal laws,
state laws,
state laws,
and ordinances
and ordinances
of the City of Lathrup Village,
of the City of Lathrup Village.
and I will discharge my duties
I will discharge my duties
of the Historic District Commission,
of the Historic Commission,
District, for the
Historic
City
District Commission for the City of Lathrup Village,
of Village, Michigan,
Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Wonderful. Congratulations. And your term expires December 31st, 2022.
Yes.
Okay. And I will send you a copy of your oath of office for you to sign. And if you ladies can return them to the office by mail or drop it off at your leisure, that will be fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right, everyone, have a great summer, a great meeting, and
Thank
stay
you.
safe. All
No.
right.
That
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
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 So you were gonna tell us what's going in by,
Kebab.
So
Kebab.
in the former Happy's location is going to be a Ruby Lee's honey chicken and shrimp. So it's going to be another carry out restaurant. He's got, and of course I can't remember for the life of me what the other two restaurants he has are. There's one like brunchy sort of place down near Cobo, and then he's got another restaurant up on Telegraph in Bloomfield. So so this will be his first Ruby Lee's. And yeah, it's gonna be fast.
I am at 696 in Southfield Road, and there's a Ruby Lee's across the street. So is that the new location, or are they going to move from that location?
No, it's gonna be where Happy's was at. Happy's.
Oh,
moved.
okay, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so he's, I don't know when exactly. He originally said this weekend, but that's not happening because it's still a hot construction mess in there. So
Okay,
I'm gonna assume it's another 6 weeks out or so.
okay.
So and yeah, so and then we're gonna have another, I think it's gonna be like a fish fry place up near Kebab. But things are so, are they, things are moving along. And not all necessarily the users we want, but that's all right. We're gonna make the most of it. Yes.
So I wondered, I haven't heard any updates about the House in the Woods property for a long time. I know they were trying to find a realtor to market it and all that. Has anything happened there?
It is for sale. Oh gosh, you're gonna make me look up what it's for sale for. It's for sale. It's listed. Let's see. Let me go over to House in the Woods. It is Natasha. It's being listed by Hughes Real Estate and Property Management Services. Sorry. She's had a few different, it's weird. She's had a few different property or, different interested buyers. They are, some people have said they want to do single family. Others have said the most recent one has been a, a condo development that's a little bit denser, but nothing's happened. It appraised for, let's see, what did it appraise for? I mean, it appraised for $217 back in the fall. 217,000, sorry. To finish that whole thought. So that was back in October. So,
Yeah, but prices have really been going up on houses here.
so I think that's what city council, if memory serves me correctly, that's what city council decided they wanted to list it for. So, I know she's trying.
And is it zoned for condos?
It is zoned cluster housing R3.
Okay,
So that allows for a kind of wonky setbacks since it's a weird shape.
well,
So
yeah.
they
it's a
could
weird-
do, and a developer would have the option of doing a straight single family, or they could do a cluster housing development. So they could do a condo option.
Okay.
There is a concept in the city's new comprehensive plan that shows, I think, 8 different units on there, leaving the center circle part as an open space commons area. It's certainly a different design than what's currently around the circle,
Mhm.
and some of those
Oh,
residents on the circle aren't necessarily thrilled with the concept, but as I've told them, it's a concept. Like, it's just meant to get
Yeah.
people thinking creatively about the space and, it's a keyhole. It's clearly not a box.
Right,
Like, be creative. So we'll see.
right.
So, but as of right now, it's just wildly overgrown.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
walked back there last week. So
if they were to do single family homes, are they looking at doing a cul-de-sac or something like that? Because
Yep.
no idea yet.
no idea. That would be up to whoever chooses to buy the property and lay it out. Right.
Okay.
So that's as long as it meets the zoning ordinance, and there's quite a bit of latitude. I mean, they'd have to go through site plan review and all that fun stuff, but
Mhm.
Anyone else have any questions under the topic of development and project updates?
No, I have a question because I'm so close to this gas station. And are they moving forward with the gas station? And I see where they're working on the convenience store, and they put up for the steel beams for the sign, but it seems a little backwards to me, where it seems they would have dug out for the tanks first. So are they still working on that gas station?
they darn well better be. I actually just drove past that today with the city's engineer. So the convenience store, they've got their permits and all that good stuff for that.
Mhm.
They're actually in the ground already. They've done that, but they're still waiting on some of their permits from the road commission and water resource commission, and they did things a little backwards.
Hmm.
So, my current concern is the safety of that site, right? It's a big giant open hole
Yeah,
full of water.
Yeah.
The silk fence is a pile of plastic. And, so I'm gonna be putting the hammer down on them soon. I just need to get with the city attorney to make sure I put the hammer down in the appropriate legal way. So,
then the other part of that, I noticed that with the big three, they are closing a lot of their plants and turning them to the autonomous vehicles.
mhm.
So I'm wondering how would that affect the fossil fuel? Because that is what that was going to be, is supposed to be.
Right. I can't answer your question directly, right? I mean, that's I think a more immediate question would be in relation to electric vehicles.
Mhm.
However, the infrastructure, we don't have we just plain and simple don't have the infrastructure right now
Mhm.
for those autonomous cars. And well, I can't imagine that the road commission is going to want to add that into their plans. I already got snippy with them about taking down a few trees. So I don't think we need to worry about that one right now.
Okay. Okay.
Is my
You know,
short
it's,
answer.
it is, you know, I'm walking by and I'm going, well,
I know it's a mess.
yeah,
It's a
but
mess.
yeah.
I'm just waiting to, I've been playing phone tag with the city attorney on like, how do I need to go about seizing bond money to secure the site to make it safe, because it's not, so.
Because no, it's not safe. I guess we could say the good thing is that there's not a lot of children over there playing. It was the first day that I saw children in that area,
Right.
but it is unsafe right now, especially with that big hole.
Yes.
And that little orange fence is not working.
No, and it's on many levels, it's not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, can't they get some kind of ordinance violation like right away if you feel it's unsafe?
Well,
mean,
yeah, but I still there's a way to go about doing it, because it's not just an ordinance violation, right? Like I need to seize they have a bond,
Mm-hmm.
a construction bond, and I have to be able to write whatever violation gets written, it gets written against. It has to be,
Oh, what happened? Susie, you
there's like a
froze.
certain protocol on how you write that violation so that you can then go back and seize the bond. Right, so I just
Okay.
need to make sure I have that language down so I don't get slapped on the wrist later.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that is really something to look into. Like I said, this is just good thing that we don't have like a lot of kids running through there. Today, like I said, was the first day that I saw children in the area, but they more or less passing through. I know that they're not from our area. They are kind of over more towards Greenfield. They just happen to be over in this area.
Yeah, but they might be less aware of that situation. They could still get in trouble.
Oh, they could get in a lot of trouble. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with that. It is something that really needs to be to. And what is there an avenue that I could go down to make them aware of it?
To make
The city aware of.
I would do
construction.
I mean, certainly put something on the city's website. We've got that C-click fix,
Oh, yeah.
and I would just put something in there. It gets, the alert goes to the building department and code enforcement, and obviously we're aware of it, but I mean, it's kind of like public comment, right? So the
Mhm.
more you put in there, the more emphasis we can say.
Okay.
Helps just add a little bit back up.
So are you familiar with that, Diane, the C-click fix?
No, I was waiting for her to finish. Is the C,
Click fix. If you go on the city's website,
mhm,
it's right on the homepage. You gotta scroll down a little bit.
okay.
You'll see it's a big map and you can click on it. Any code violations or whatever that you see,
Okay,
not just limited to crummy looking gas stations.
it's not even a gas station.
I know. Optimism.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, anything else anybody wants to bring up under development and project updates? No, okay. Future meeting date, Susie?
Yep, so as you know, we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants and say, hey, we're gonna try and meet on this day, but I think it would be helpful for all of us if we just had one set meeting date and we know what it is and we can just block that time out. And so, well, last year we did the third Wednesday at 3. We tried to do it the third Wednesday at 3 this time. So I mean, that's what I proposed. We can move it. I mean, we can move it ahead if you want to be, April for, just to say, and then we don't run into a situation like today. We're like, crap, we got to get a meeting in 24 hours.
Mhm.
So I just think it would be helpful to have a singular date that we all know about.
Why don't we try for May? That way, if something happens, we've got more time to figure it out. And then, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
May
So
at
is-
least gives you a little more time in case something happens like this, like what happened here.
Okay.
Plus, it gives it enough time for things to develop so that we can discuss.
Okay,
That's what I was trying to say. Took me a minute, but
so is there something in our rules and regs that says we have to have it in by June?
But yeah,
Okay.
you have to meet annually.
Yeah,
So like within the city's fiscal year. So
oh, okay.
Right.
So anytime.
Yeah.
Okay,
So third Wednesday in May at 3 o'clock.
all right.
I like it.
do you need a motion, Susie, or no?
Yes, please, the motion with that date and time.
okay.
I motion we meet the third Wednesday of May at 3 o'clock.
Second,
Okay, any discussion? I know a year away is impossible to plan, but
We can try. We do need to do individual roll call for this and that.
oh, we do? Okay.
Yeah, just by way of because of Zoom, because of the format.
Okay. Bridget,
Yep.
Robin,
yes.
Diane,
Yes,
John,
Yes,
Dane,
Yes,
and I vote yes.
All right, awesome. I'll send out a calendar invite. And for right now, I guess assume it's gonna be Zoom. I don't know what's going on with meetings right now. So
Uh,
you're
Yeah.
zooming until September. Who knows what happens after that? So
Okay. So the next
So we're-
item, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, so at this point, we're just gonna write Zoom meeting until something changes.
Or just put meeting. I mean, it might be Zoom or it might not in a year.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
Okay, so the next item is old business and tabled items, and there are none listed. Anything else anyone wanted to bring up? Or there's other matters of discussion too. And that's the end of our agenda. So anything anybody else wants to bring up? Anybody going once, going twice? Nothing? Okay,
because I am late to the meeting, the last I had heard or was had a notification about was we had moved from Southfield into the Southfield Library. So are we still in the Southfield Library or is that closed?
Well, that's not us, that's the Historical Society,
Oh, okay,
okay? And yes, we're still in the basement
okay,
of the library, and it's not, open to the public.
okay.
But we, Robin and I, and, board members can have access by appointment with somebody from the staff. We're not allowed to have a key,
Okay,
but
Yeah,
yeah.
I was going to go over and do some stuff there. However, since my dad just died, I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it might take me another week or two to get back there.
Yeah.
Take your time.
understandable.
Take
Thank
your
you.
time, Robin.
Thank you. So,
and I'm sorry to hear that.
so,
Okay.
I have another meeting I have to get to. Are we wrapped up here?
Yep, I think we are.
Okay.
Mhm.
If there's no objections, I'll adjourn the meeting at 2:14 PM.
Thank you.
Okay.
Excellent. Have a fabulous rest of your week, all. Wonderful weekend.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
you.
you too.
And,
Bye.